Yeah, white walls living life raw. Yeah. See them flashing like I'm cruising with the lights off. Swag clean, plus the rollie got a nice gloss. Cali kid, LA to the Bay, watching like Hoff. Yeah. Nothing like y'all, flip side. White water, yeah, the flow pulling like riptide. They get caught up in the currency. She a fan, I'm the when I hit, yeah, the fly. Get it? Hydro, on the block like the light pole.
We good? Hey.
2, 1.
Yo. No, he did not. Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
Happy 2026 to everybody out there. This is our first broadcast coming to you from year 2026. We goddamn made it. You know who it is. It's the Trust Podcast. Truth, righteousness, understanding spirituality, and timing. We are the Vibe Junkies. My name is Linwood Locke, a.k.a. the Lock West Monster, Linwood's poster child. And to my direct right.
You know what it is. You know who it is, okay? Your boy AJD, _mayor on the gram. Get at me. Norwalk's chosen one.
Get at him.
Happy New Year. If you made it through 2025, salute. Pat yourself on the back.
Please do. Look.
You deserve that.
Again, I got to point out to him, that intro sounded pretty docile, my man.
Yeah. Whew.
He ran
Sunglasses and that
another
video.
marathon. He ran.
Last night was mad trill. Okay? Look, we can't even get into that on this app.
Listen, pardon the lengths, pardon the specs today. Doctor's orders. I'm up under strict orders, bro.
Yeah.
Okay?
Listen to the
He said, listen, young man, let me tell you something. You ain't as young as you used to be. You can keep playing them games with them eyes, nigga. And then about 10 years, you'll be wishing you listened to me. So I said, well, you know, if y'all see me around wearing my specs more, just know I'm up under strict orders from my eye doctor. My optometrist was like, yeah, we ain't having it.
Yeah, listen to your doctor.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Listen to
That's
your
the
doctor.
moral of that story.
That's for
sure.
everybody.
Either way it go, happy to be back in the saddle. Pause with my main man, AJD.
Yes, sir.
Okay, we are happy wherever you are, however you may be giving us your time and attention. Nobody appreciates it more than us. You know what I'm saying? And listen, man, how you been? How your New Year been so far? Happy 2026, brother.
I've been blessed. You know that.
Yeah,
okay?
man.
And highly favored.
Hey, talk that shit.
But, yeah, you know, it's about I had to run a gauntlet, though. You know what I'm saying? For keeping it real. Christmas, New Year's, I'm working. I'm doing all kind of stuff. You know, I got the baby. I got
man.
a lot going on.
Listen, right.
You know
doing what you do. This is what you do, AJD.
Absolutely.
This is what people don't understand.
This is what they miss.
Right.
They
think this shit is all
They think it's
what?
all glamour and glitz. You feel what I'm saying? They don't see the behind the scenes, though.
They don't see the nigga really out here running gauntlets daily,
I'm
bro.
gonna have to give a peek behind the curtain one day.
That's real, man. You might have to have the cameras follow you one day. AJD.
I might need to get at Zeus or something.
Yeah. Hey, listen, man. Look, real quick before we get into the chicanery, you know what I mean?
Okay.
The topics of what's going on out here in this horrible climate, especially in this country. We want to start off on a positive note. Shout out to somebody black. This week, this episode, my shout out to somebody black is a 14-year-old by the name of Maisie Gordon. Maisie Gordon is an awesome black young lady who is a surfer down here in California in San Clemente, who is winning all the surf tournaments, turning up, making a name for herself, getting all kind of sponsorships. Maisie Gordon, I am proud of you. I salute you, especially in the sport where it's not that prevalent in this country for black people. You're doing your thing. We see you at the Trust Pod. It's your boy Linwood Locke. We appreciate you. Shout out to somebody black, Maisie Gordon.
Maisie Gordon. Let's give it up for her.
Yes, sir.
And you know how I'm going to come. Okay? I don't know all the up-and-coming surfers and all of the up-and-coming talent around all the circuits. You see what I'm saying? I got to keep it real with who I am and with my circle.
Oh, this is crazy.
And this week's for me, shout out somebody black. I'm gonna look inward for a minute on this one, Locke, if you allow me to.
Go ahead, my brother.
And I want to take the time out to shout out a young lady who is very near and dear to my heart.
Think I know where this is going.
Okay. And I just been watching. When you have kids, you see their journey from a seed to wherever they are at in life at that moment. You know what I'm saying? At a present time. And so just to give you guys the last year of my daughter's life, Lexo, she had to go to New York by herself to do an internship with a photographer named Lindsay Adler. Lindsay Adler offered her a job. She accepted. She came home, got on her grind, ended up moving back out to New York alone. Okay, which for
and
some
this
of
time,
us, yeah.
this time there is no timeline to return to
no,
California.
she's out of there.
That's right. So,
So
I want that's important for them to know.
She moved out there dolo. Now to us, that's no big deal. But just like I said, you see him as a seed, as a pup growing. I know the steps that had to be taken, mentally and physically to get there.
Yes, sir.
Overcoming some of her own fears, you know what I mean? But she's out there. She went to Paris for New Year's. She hit Amsterdam. She hit London, and didn't ask me for 1 cent.
Which is key. That's key.
Except for the money I owed her.
Right.
Which I did give it to her. So I want to just tell her, Lexo, hey, I'm proud of you. I'm shouting you out. This is about you.
Yes.
You've been doing your thing. Continue to keep pressing. Continue to keep striving. And keep looking forward. Don't look back. The sky's truly the limit. I'm proud of you. We're all proud of you.
Listen.
Love you. Holla.
Now, I will piggyback on that. He asked me to piggyback last time. He said, don't do it. But no, I'm going to piggyback on this one. I got to tell you, Jizzle, I known this nigga over 20 years of my life. I remember when Lex was walking in that barbershop with them little afro puffs in her hair with that bag of chips, and AJ saying, here, sit right there and eat that while I get my haircut, Lex. And to watch the young lady, the grown woman that Lexo has grown and become, and to watch it over the years, I told him, I used to tell AJ all the time, bro, she just a chip off the old block. I don't see it. Like, she thinks she me.
That's
she thinks I don't see it. And now that she's getting older, he's starting to see what we've been telling him. The risks that she went by herself. That's him. He did that in his life.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying?
Calculated.
And so all that game he just gave her over the, it's in there somewhere, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
True.
And now it just took a little while for it to manifest.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But
Absolutely.
now he's starting to see the dividends. He's starting to see, you know what I'm saying, the return on his investment.
Absolutely.
And
That's
I'm
a fact.
telling you, brother, and listen, I keep trying to get a man his flowers. He did that.
Yeah.
You did that. This is the fruits of your labor.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I mean?
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
And her mom. I want to
of course. Her mom,
it was
too.
a joint
Absolutely.
effort.
Absolutely, yeah. But you know.
But yeah, I'm going to take a little bit more of the glory.
Yeah, right. Because that's just what you do.
Yeah, so yeah.
Woo. Yeah, shout out to Lex. Hey, listen, real quick. There's a travesty that's going on in this country, okay?
Okay.
And no matter what side of the coin you want to look at, no matter what direction you want to look in, it's dark, brother. It's bad, okay? When you look at the climate politically, when you look at the climate socially, when you look at the health, like health-wise, physically, you know what I mean? When you look at mentally what's going on around, it's all bleak. It's all dark. Now, before we get into our topics today, because they're dark topics.
They are dark, but I want to tell everybody, and you're right, but I also want to tell people how you view things is how you come up out of the darkness.
Sure,
Okay?
sure. Yes,
so you don't got to, everything don't have to be dark, but these are going to be some dark topics.
It doesn't have to remain that for
Absolutely.
sure. You know what I mean? So if somebody's trying to cast darkness at you, if you got a flashlight, nigga,
Bang.
turn it on.
Absolutely.
You know? So if our topics come off as a little aggressive or we're passionate about what's going on, this is where we live, bro. We inhabit Earth like everybody else. Okay? Newsflash. Nobody's in charge of this shit for real. You're just a part of it. They make you think they're in charge. What I'm saying is this, AJ. We want to get right into it. Listen, I'm like Corrupt, nigga. I'm calling out names. Okay?
Let's talk about
They
it.
trying to protect this punk motherfucker. Now, I know you done heard by this time, this is old news. Not old news, but by the time this airs, this will be a week or so past. You know what I mean? Right. So I want to talk about the ICE agent whose name is Jonathan Ross. We're calling him out here, okay? That killed the young lady in Minneapolis.
Young white lady.
That's key too. Now, I want your perspective because AJ looks at things in grave detail. And he's very quick not to get emotional about things. He wants to see around perspective. I'm like that too, okay? But there's a little emotion tied to mine before I make my final opinion. He's pretty good.
I do have some emotion tied to this too.
Yes, I know you do. That's what I'm saying. But I think everybody know pretty much how Locke gonna respond.
I'm on two sides of the coin here.
Yes, sir. Let's hear it.
So first off, let me just say this.
First of all, let's say the young lady's name.
Yeah.
Renee Good.
Renee Good. I won't say Megan Good. Renee Good.
Right.
Whose GoFundMe is up to 1.5 mil right now, FYI. So if you're donating, hey, I donated. More power to you. You know what I'm saying? So initially, First, let me say this. Being black, this is nothing new. We've been seeing this.
That's okay. Thank you
Let me
for
just say
saying
that.
that.
We've been seeing this.
Thank you
this
for
has
saying
been
that,
happening
brother.
to minorities, okay, for decades. Okay? Let me start by saying that.
Yes, sir.
Now, I'll come back to that. This incident is a travesty. This is cold-blooded murder, period, however you slice it. Police didn't get hit, okay? She's waving them by. I've seen every video. I've seen every angle.
First of all, they ain't no motherfucking police. I don't care what they wear.
Yeah,
on
the
their
ICE
chest.
agents, okay? She's
That's
waving
one.
them by. They coming over there. She's trying to get up out of there. He shoots her, kills 3 times, okay? Supposedly, I'm like, damn.
One from the side through the window.
I got hit by a car before, and trust me, if I had a gun, you're not shooting nobody if you get hit by a car. First and foremost, let's all just have some common sense about it. You're not gonna get hit by a car and shooting somebody point blank like that. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay, but this woman was murdered. Period. Okay, and there needs to be something. People need to read history.
That's a fact.
Okay, and people need to look at what was happening in Nazi Germany, bro. And a lot of these things that are happening now with ICE agents on the ground, military, and et cetera, there's a lot of stuff that was happening back then. But before I even get to that. So, yes, cold-blooded murder, bro. There's no way around it. They're trying to spin it, say that she was an agitator, she was a domestic terrorist, all kinds of nonsense. And I feel bad. I do feel bad, and it is outrage. I do have outrage to it, but there's a flip side to that coin for me.
Let's hear it.
The flip side of that coin to me is, and I'm saying to myself, okay, bro, this has been happening. This is nothing new. Not for us.
Right.
This is something new for y'all. And now I'm just thinking like, damn, maybe this might be the spark. So now there'll be more empathy towards all the other shit that's been going on and that people have been saying, oh, well, they should have complied, or he should have did this, or they should have did that, when there's just zero empathy for anyone that has gotten killed. They try to say George Floyd was a drug addict and he did this. And anyone that got killed by the hands of somebody in the government, police force, or any type of thing, they did their best to try to make this person look a certain way so that they could devalue this person's life.
That's a fact.
So that the consequences would be as severe. And now we have Renee Good, mother of 3. Everybody's up in arms about, as they should be. My thing is, but we need to be in arms about these things no matter the color of anyone's skin that gets killed.
Or gender.
Or sexual orientation.
Period.
Or religion. When someone gets murdered in broad daylight by anyone that's working for this government.
And you fucking witness it. You see the murder.
Exactly. From every angle. There's no way this could be justified.
Period. Now let me piggyback on something that AJ said. When he referred to Nazi Germany, the word that you should look up is called Gestapo. Now we don't have time to go into it. Just look it up, okay? And you will see it would be referenced what AJ is talking about. What I want to bring to the table is this. Listen, the two sides of the coin is one person was a fake professional and the other one was a citizen. You understand? Mm-hmm. In public. Doing what was within her right to do as a citizen of this country. Okay? Now, whatever transpired between them in their conversation, obviously there was a disagreement. He asked her to do something. She seemed to be following that command. Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Okay. So far, who's in the wrong here in the story? Nobody. You get what I'm saying? Nobody. You're asking her to move. She's within her right as a citizen. You have a job to do, quote unquote. Okay? You ask her to move. She's moving.
Wave them by.
Okay. Now, listen. If you just take those things in that scenario, what the fuck went wrong here? I'll tell you what it is. The ego and the pride and the self-entitlement and the anger and the frustration and the mental instability and what they call what do they call the I forget what's the word, what Scientologists call them, sociopath. The sociopathic ways of the type of people that we're dealing with out here. That's what was on full display to you. And if you deny that, you're a fucking coward, you're a clown. We don't want your attention, your time. We don't want you around us. That is exactly what happened. Now let's get into physically what happened. When she pulled the car off, okay, everybody in their right mind can see that when he took the first shot, he was from the fender of the goddamn car.
Absolutely.
You were not in front of the hood. The kill shot came from the side window that was down. You shot her from the side.
Then called her a fucking bitch.
You beat me to it. And when we heard from your camera, you called her a fucking bitch.
And he's supposed to have been hurt critically. We saw him walk to his car.
Right.
Nothing was wrong with him.
Nothing was wrong. Okay. Right. Now listen. Do you know that there's a GoFundMe for that fucking clown?
Hey.
First of all,
doesn't surprise me.
Let's call his name again. Jonathan Ross. There's a GoFundMe for this nigga for his attorney fees.
How much they raised for him?
It's over $100K so far.
Okay.
This is the type of sickness and madness and sociopathic way that we're dealing with every single day from people that are supposed to be our leaders. This is government agency stuff. This is not happening amongst the citizens. When are you people gonna fucking realize what's going on here? You have a Nazi of a president that you voted into the White House and you continue to back up, that backs this type of sickness. You deserve everything that comes along with making a decision like that. It's going to continue to happen. That's how energy works. You understand what I'm saying? This is a fucking travesty. I want to bring up another point. Okay? There's a black man by the name of Keith Porter that got his life taken by an ICE agent here in California in Northridge. I got the article. Did you hear about that one?
I did hear about that.
This is sad, bro.
I live close by that area.
This is sad, fam.
It is sad.
Okay? Now, I want to read some of this article because I want the people to understand he got killed by an off-duty ICE agent that was supposedly his neighbor. They lived in the same complex. But you don't hear a goddamn peep about it. All right? Here it goes. A press conference held on Monday called for legal action after a man in Northridge was shot and killed by an off-duty ICE agent on New Year's Eve. The Department of Homeland Security says that the man had a rifle and pointed it at the agent. That's what they're saying. That's what they're alleging. Okay? The family has a lot of questions, and what they're looking for most of all are answers. About a dozen of the man's family and community members came together on Monday to ensure that there is a thorough investigation. One of the families is quoted saying, from day one that he was born, I knew he was my joy. I presume that was his mom. Armstrong described her son as a caring, hardworking, and uplifting to those around him. According to a statement from the Department of Homeland Security, the ICE agent said he heard gunshots outside of his apartment, and they sounded like they were getting closer. DHS says the officer took his ICE-authorized firearm and left his apartment to investigate. Right? Loved ones say Porter fired gunshots outside as part of a New Year's Eve celebration. So that's what he was alleged to do. According to DHS, the ICE agent identified himself. You know they're going to say that. And that's when Porter aimed the rifle at him. Come on, bro. Listen, the agent then ordered after he aimed the rifle at him and he got the gun and he got a gun drawn on him. This is what the agent is alleged to have done. The agent then ordered Porter to put the weapon down. And then he didn't comply to the off-duty. So the off-duty officer shot him. Now, they see how they know officer? You see what I mean? They trying to play on the words. Now, listen. You can read that. I got this off the ABC website. You can continue to read that. It says the agency claims that Porter fired three rounds at the officer before he died. The off-duty ICE officer was not injured. Now listen. You can believe that if you want to. You get what I'm saying? They're covering up the tracks again. This is what the fuck we're dealing with in this kind of country. This is what is the ultimate backlash of what's going on here. They kill and they justify the killing. We kill is the worst thing that ever happened since sliced. Like you get what I'm saying? We're the worst thing that ever happened. Now, excuse me. What I'm trying to figure out is what if you're somebody like us, the oppressed, what direction are we fucking supposed to go in where we can't get any protection from the people sworn to protect us? Help me understand that.
Yeah, you got exactly.
Good point, Robbie.
Yeah, we are paying for it.
We're paying for that.
I mean, you go back to this is what the climate like this is what the Black Panthers were created out of.
Period.
Even though there was more racial tension.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
It's about the same these days.
It was. I'm gonna say it was more back then, but I get what you're saying. It's definitely been ramped up.
Yes.
Yes,
Sir.
As of this
Yes,
last, president-elect
Right.
in office. But people have to learn the laws, and people have to learn how to defend and protect themselves against these types of environments. You know what I'm saying? With ICE or with whoever. That's just the bottom line. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The reality of you can't even look to your own government for protection is crazy. Now, look, what I want to know in this type of deal is there seems to be some sort of, I think this is a play, but I think that I could also be thinking too deep into this. There seems to be some sort of discord between the police agencies and this ICE stuff. The police don't seem to be good with these motherfuckers. We're good with these niggas.
I agree. I think that ICE brings a lot of they escalate situations.
Of course.
Okay? They don't try to police want to keep things calm.
ICE some of them.
ICE
I
wants
don't
to
know because I don't.
I'm talking about.
I'm not trying to make them niggas look good.
I'm
for
talking
sure.
about the majority. I'm talking about the general.
I got you.
If the police come to a situation, they want to calm it down. ICE wants to crank it up. Okay, ICE want to go to a car wash, hop out a van, and start chasing niggas. No order, just chaos. You feel what I'm saying? And so,
no training.
No, and they're giving people bonuses.
Loan forgiveness, debt forgiveness.
Yeah, I mean,
all this shit to be a fucking weak ass ICE agent.
Hey, and at a time when the economy is not as people are hurting out here.
Listen, but
I want people good job. Offer people money, good money. They gonna go.
Listen, I want to stay on that topic a little bit. There seems to be some sort of discord or disagreement between ICE and the police, the local police of any region.
Yes.
Okay. Now, also, in addition to that, there seems to be a discord between prosecution in those regions, like the DAs and stuff like that. Like, let me bring up her name is, I have it right here. The sheriff of Philadelphia.
Okay.
A sister, a black lady. Her name is Sheriff Rochelle Bilal. Okay. Now, the DA of Philadelphia and her have made it very clear to ICE agents. Do not come in you try any of this shit in our city, any of it, you will be arrested right there. And her words, I quote, "We will not whisk you away for this administration to protect you. We will not do it. If you do anything illegal that we consider illegal in the city of Philadelphia, you will be arrested and you will be prosecuted right there." They made it very clear. Okay. Now I'm with that. If you guys need to look that up on any social media platform, Rochelle Bilal, that's her name. She is the sheriff of Philadelphia, made it very clear. Do you know what these motherfuckers are trying to, now, as if what she's saying is not true. You get what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to bring truth to the table and protect the citizens that she's sworn to protect. Okay. You know what they're trying to make a big deal out of? What? She made of course she's a sister, a real sister. You know what she made the phrase? She said the phrase, listen, she told ICE, you don't want this smoke. Told him, you don't want this smoke. Like, we will bring it to you. Do you know that they're trying to, like, excavate her for that? They're trying to, like, nail her to the cross for that?
Well, every city
listen, they're making a bigger thing about what the fuck she said as opposed to what the fuck is going on. This is what we're dealing with here, Jizzle. That's my point to you.
But this is what they want. This ain't nothing new to me, bro.
No, of course. It's not nothing new, but this shit is like,
this ain't nothing new under the sun, bro.
It's nothing.
You know
That's
what I'm saying? I remember seeing Rodney King get beat, and I thought to myself, okay, now we got him.
Yeah, not right.
Now can't nobody say nothing about nothing.
Please.
And then what's next thing you hear? Oh, you hear not guilty. I remember I called my mom. They found them cops not guilty. She said, don't go nowhere.
Yeah, that's
on my way home. She knew what time it was. Hung up. Don't go. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, that was it.
TV on.
I remember seeing that. I was in the 9th grade.
It was up from there.
Watching that shit in my fucking, and we was watching it in one of the classes.
Hey, and it was up from there.
Yeah, hey, and didn't come back down.
For a week.
Yeah.
National Guard had to come and step it down. But what I'm saying is that the climate, there's always been this nip and tug and pull from government agencies and citizens. Most of the time, those citizens were of low income and more predominantly minorities. Just so happens now with the with this young lady getting murdered, that she happened to be white, which again is unfortunate. But everybody's up in arms, as they should be, as we should have been when all the other people got killed.
Absolutely.
And
while they trying to keep it on the low about Brother Keith Porter and all of this sort of, but we not, listen, on our platform, Truth and Righteous, listen, we're not going to let any of that slide. I'm for sure ain't going to let it slide. Jizzle going to put his perspective on it, but he's probably going to be a little more cool about it.
I just want to say, with the Porter, I need to hear all the evidence, for real.
Of course. What I'm saying is that's what they're that's what they're reporting.
But we know how that goes.
That bingo. You know what I mean? So.
But yeah, bro, it's it's a scary time, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a website, there's an Instagram page called Santa Ana Problems.
Mm-hmm.
They post all the ICE incidents, and they're over there in Santa Ana on a regular in Orange County.
Period.
On a regular, okay? Apprehending people, taking people, So.
Well, listen, if ICE is doing anything, they following the rules of their Führer.
Absolutely.
Okay, that motherfucking neo-Nazi German that's in the fucking White House. Okay, the Hail Hitler that we got that you guys voted in there. That clown, that orange clown punk motherfucker.
Well, we're gonna talk about the kidnapping.
Yeah, that's exactly what we listen. He knows. Okay, that's exactly what we're transitioning to. Kidnapping the Venezuelan president. Now, by no means,
and his wife,
by no means, am I here to paint him as some sort of fucking Martin Luther King martyr.
Correct.
Like, that's not what I'm here to do. We're here to call a spade what is within the legal means and rights of operation. Now, since you took off first last time, allow me, sir.
Please.
How dare you, bro? If that's the fucking case, we need to have somebody come kidnap and abduct your punk ass with all the bullshit you doing. Okay, let's get us a coup together to somebody to fly into Washington, D.C. and take your fat ass up out the White House. You get what I'm saying? How dare you think that you can do that? But I got all the facts, AJD. I'm going to let you get your point out first, and I'm going to tell you why they dare. I'm going to tell you why he dared to do that.
Oh, I mean, I think everybody knows why they're there and why they did it.
Yeah, no. But I got the facts bullet pointed out.
I would just say this. I remember waking up seeing, I'm like, is this shit real? Like, okay. And then I put it on Al Jazeera.
Yeah, right. Because they gonna take it. Listen,
they gonna keep it real.
C-SPAN and Al Jazeera. Yeah. Those two, they gonna let it hang.
But when I get on there, and they're showing people in Venezuela celebrating. They're happy.
Oh yeah, because he was not. I'm not saying he was a nice man.
And so then I said, okay, look, they're happy. So why am I tripping? You know what I'm saying? Even though, it's like, why would you do that? But we're supposed to be the overseers of good,
Yeah, for sure.
Across the world. But, obviously there was a benefit to doing this.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, listen, I'm glad that you brought that up, AJD, because I don't remember taking notes this good since college, my man. You get what I'm saying? Now, y'all going to have to bear with me for a second because this involves a timeline that goes all the way back to 1998. Okay? Now, listen, all of this information that I came across, researched, this is due to one person. Her name is Joanna Johnson. Her @ is Unlearn16 on Instagram. Unlearn16. Okay? Listen to me, bro. In 1998, the biggest oil supplier and stakeholder, the biggest oil supplier, obviously, was Venezuela.
Correct.
They had the biggest supply of it. Now, whether they was moving it or not, that's not what we're talking about here. Okay, the biggest stakeholder in that supply though was ExxonMobil. Ring a bell?
Mm-hmm.
That's an American company here. Okay, now, because they had the biggest stake, they had the largest profit margin. Got me? Okay, now listen. That caused now when you taking somebody's resources and they own oil supply and stuff like that in your private interest, that's gonna cause anything to collapse. Okay, that caused Exxon having that type of stake and not giving nothing back to Venezuela, caused their economy to collapse. Now remember the year, that's 1998. Okay, now that collapse gave rise to a dictator named Hugo Chavez. Okay, now he was democratically elected though. The people did vote for this nigga. Right. It's not like he just took over and said like bulldozed his way. He was democratically elected.
But once he got in, he wasn't giving up.
There you go, my man. Okay, but once he became in, he became authoritarian. He started running his own agenda, okay, fattening his own pockets and rewriting the Constitution towards dictatorship. Okay, now let's fast forward. 2002, there was a lady named Maria Machado, okay, that put together something called a SUMAT or a SUMATI to overthrow Chavez.
Mm-hmm. He killed her.
Okay, no.
Oh, okay.
Now listen, at that time, one George Bush funded that operation for her to overthrow Chavez. Got me?
George Bush Sr.?
But he did it through a program called NED. That's called the National Endowment for Democracy. Okay, that's how you funnel the fucking money like bullshit. You know what I mean? It's like a GoFundMe, but you're really going to go buy some keys with the shit. You know what I mean? For you. All right. So look, follow me. You got me so far, Jizzle?
I'm with you.
Okay, listen. But when that didn't work, obviously Bush excavated her, and they acted like it wasn't his problem.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, fast forward to 2007, when Chavez nationalizes Venezuela oil. What does that mean? That takes Exxon out the game, okay? Because now when you nationalize it, this is for everybody now, not just your private interest, okay? So now that fucked Exxon up. Can't have that, right? So now they took the shit back. Exxon sued them niggas for $1.4 billion, and they won.
Okay.
But who the fuck you gonna get to pay back $1.4 billion? Who you gonna? What kind of police can you get to enforce a country to pay a company? There is none. So that shit was moot. Got me? So hang on to that. The production, though, went from 3 million barrels a day to 700,000 barrels a day due to unfair sanctions that they put on them niggas. Since you want to nationalize the shit, we're going to start doing that. So now they don't have the means of production no more. Now, if you fast forward to 2013, here comes Nicolas Maduro, who was the ex-VP of Chavez, okay? And now he was worse than Chavez when he came in. Okay. Now when he departed, he's worse than that nigga before him. Okay, everything got harsher. Now Obama during his presidency labeled this nigga like a national threat to security, yada yada yada. Now you fast forward to Trump in 2017, Trump put more sanctions on him.
Okay,
got me?
Yep.
Okay, now that brings it. Now let's forward all the way to 2025. Maria Machado, who I said remember her name, she won the Nobel Peace Prize last year.
Correct.
Okay? And dedicated it to one Donald J. Trump.
Absolutely.
Okay? Now here's the issue. After which she did that, that's when the attacks started on the boats and the cartels and shit like that, so on and so forth, calling them a threat to our democracy again and trying to revitalize and restore democracy in their own country. Okay? But listen, but that shit like that is the precursor for putting boots on the ground. You're trying to make this nigga out to be a boogeyman so you can legitimize going into his country and doing what you want to do. Got me? Okay. So now, that gave that plausible ability to get the oil back that was quote unquote taken from Exxon. But how the fuck can you take something that wasn't yours in the first place?
Well, they took that. They had confiscated that oil tanker.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So this is all a part of the plan. Now listen. So how do you justify that? I'm landing the plane now. Just one. Okay. You claim you're gonna liberate Venezuela, but in reality, you're gonna make Maria Machado the president. Who are they talking about making the president over there? That female, Machado.
Well, I know that when they kidnapped the president from over there, they thought that the government was going to fold, but the lady that stepped up, vice president, whoever, they're demanding him back, and they got everything's kind of...
No, I know, but what I'm saying is what Trump wants, though, is to make her the leader of that over there, okay? Listen, she turned around and gives the oil right back to Exxon at an 80-20 split. That's what they want, okay? Now, listen.
Hey, it's all about
Now, listen. Now, here's the bomb, okay? Here's the bombshell. Yes, it's about oil, but oil is what gives way to the United States currency rates. You have no other way to keep the dollar strong except for that. Why is that? Because oil has always been traded in dollars, okay? They call it petrol, P-E-T-R-O-L. Look it up. And by doing so, it stabilizes and increases the U.S. dollar because anybody that wants to buy oil, they got to do it using, ding, 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 U.S. dollars, thus causing a problem because... You get what I'm saying? They're entities like if you don't got U.S. dollars, you can't buy this. But that stabilizes our economy. You see what I'm saying? That keeps our dollar powerful. And so the people who don't want to do that, who don't want to fuck with that, they're called BRICS nations, B-R-I-C-S, okay? AKA countries that have got together and started trading without the U.S. dollar,
right?
Okay? Without that funky-ass, stinking-ass money. And now you know what Trump got to do to get back a hold of everything. And that's what the fuck Venezuela is about. because the BRICS nations got together and start trading the oil, the biggest reserve ever, without
U.S. dollars.
Bingo. And that's what the fuck they want to do there. So everybody who's asking all these questions, we just answered them for you right here on the Trust Podcast via the research of the one young lady. Hold on. Let me remember her name because I want to make sure I give her credit. Okay. Her name is Joanna Johnson, and her ad is Unlearn 16.
Unlearn 16.
You get what I'm saying? I had to take a minute to go through that timeline so you can understand why all of this shit makes sense.
And see how deep and see where the shit started.
Right. This shit is really a play, bro. That they've been trying to make. Like, nigga, they didn't forget.
Absolutely.
You see what I mean? 30 years later, they let you know, nah, nigga, we still on this shit.
We're the most dominant dependent. We're the most dependent country on oil,
for sure.
Correct. And we can get in with Venezuela. We can start separating ourselves from the Saudis.
Now, let me tell you this. This is what I didn't know. The minister taught us years ago that if the world's largest oil supplies, the countries that had them, like Saudi and Venezuela and stuff like that, if they were to cut us off, that America could still survive. The problem is her allies can't. You understand? Israel. Everybody that's an ally of the Great Britain,
right.
You know, England and stuff, they cannot. So the U.S. can't have that. You understand what I'm saying? They can't have all the people that we consider allies or whatever falling off the map.
Yeah,
we would be able to survive. We have, like, you know, we live here in Long Beach.
Right.
So you see in Long Beach, the Signal Hill, all them oil. We got shit, you know, out there in Texas.
They're getting ready to move. They're getting ready to move out. A lot of these companies are going to move to Venezuela.
No, which is true. But what I'm saying is the supply's there, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we have enough natural resources.
Sure. But our allies don't. And that in lies the problem. But I want to know this, AJD. Where do you think most of that shit is? Where do you think that this is going to put up? Where are we going to end up fucking with a situation like this?
Well, if you look at when we was in Afghanistan, you know, we was over there 20 years, right?
Yes, sir. Close to it.
And brought stability to the...
Well, they allege that.
Well...
Listen, I got a note here that I wrote down that there have been a few places that the United States record of unsuccessful regime change in other countries: Libya, Iraq, Haiti, and now Venezuela. Afghanistan too. Okay. Yeah. If you look at those places now, the regime change, AJ, has not been quote unquote successful. They're gonna tell you it is. But these people are no better off than they were when they had the dictators. Why? Because they swapped one for another one.
I don't know.
It's all their own private interests.
I don't necessarily agree with that.
How could you not?
Because I see what's happening.
What do you mean?
So, for example, great question. So, for example, in Afghanistan, for example, no, there was a lot of great change, you know. But the downside of that, the downside of bringing stability to that country, was that we had to stay there. So we're staying there. We're training. We're trying to train these guys up, and so they can stand on their own. We got what's the name of the terrorist groups? Al-Qaeda or whoever. You know, they had gotten up out of there, and so women had rights. They were able to go to school and work and live normally. And then when we had to get up out of there, they was right one day.
So how did the regime change go?
The regime change went good for 20 years, and then when we got up out of there,
So how did the regime change? How is it? The regime changed.
After 20 years, it went back to south.
That's it.
But how was it for 20?
With you there, manipulating everything.
I don't know.
The success is to quote unquote bring them.
That's not called manipulation.
Of course it is. We're going to agree to disagree on that.
If your sister has a boyfriend and he puts hands on her, right? And then so you say, look, you know what? You're going to come live with me. Okay? So now you're there. That's a regime change. You come stay with me now. I'm about to watch over you now, right? So hold on. So while she's there with you, he's not doing that. He come over there. He's respectful. How you doing? Because he knows that there's consequences to them actions. Okay? So she stayed with you 10 years. Boom. Yeah, everything is good. They finna get married now. You're like, okay, you know what? I think everything's good now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm about to go live my life now, right? So then you leave. Now he back to the same actions. That don't take away the 10 years that you had him there.
I guess what I'm saying is, if I refer to like a puppet master,
but can you
in that scenario, I see what you're saying.
Okay,
I don't disagree with that. But what I'm referring to is, let's imagine a puppet master. Listen, if I'm pulling the strings if I'm controlling the situation, I'm manipulating the puppet. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I don't. It doesn't have to have a negative connotation. The word manipulation. I'm manipulating the. If I'm playing the piano, I'm manipulating the keys. That's I'm pulling the strings. I'm doing everything here.
We were there trying to help them build up so they could stand on their own.
We were there for our own interests, AJ.
Okay, I'm not saying that we're not. I'm not saying that we weren't there. But two things can be true. We could be there for our own interests and to help somebody.
I understand.
So we could be in Venezuela for our own interests too. But the people seem to be happy about it. So that's what I'm saying. Two things can be true.
That's called plausible believability.
Well, the people are celebrating.
A little double.
Okay, so the people are celebrating. I'm just like, okay, cool. They're happy with it, so I don't care. I'm good with it then.
Nigga, some people celebrated 9/11 in other countries. That don't make the shit okay.
Well, we weren't celebrating over here though. We were the ones.
Some were celebrating it here, man.
Well, we were the ones that got hit.
Yes, some were celebrating it here, brother.
Well, they're in the streets over there as in a large group celebrating the end of a dictatorship.
We ain't there. That's
I
my
told
point.
We're
not there.
Like, come on, bro. We just talked about the guy that got shot from the I.C.E. agent. We wasn't there either. So
what I'm saying is, but
we
listen.
can't report something. Hold on. We can't, for situations where we're not there, we can't get the information and decide what side to be on. We gotta be subjective on both sides.
No, you're saying that there's people in the street celebrating that. Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Okay.
I saw that.
No, you're saying that's what they're showing us. I'm like, that's what. I mean, how's it gonna allow us?
But they didn't show us what was there before that. But we did know some of the brutal ways of them.
Correct.
No,
that's
true. That's true.
So listen, man. There's a saying that says, sometimes the devil you know is better than the devil you don't know.
That's a fact.
So think about this, Locke, and this is gonna go to your point. We went over there and got rid of Saddam Hussein, okay? Because Saddam Hussein was a dictator, was torturing people, doing all kind of crazy shit. So you think on the surface, yeah, you know what? Maybe we do need to get rid of this guy, and we have an interest here, obviously, right? So you get rid of him. But what we didn't realize at the time, Locke, was that Saddam was keeping all them radical niggas in order over there. So Saddam leaves. Now all these areas are up for grabs.
You think they don't realize that? That's why they leave niggas where they at sometimes.
I'm saying we didn't realize it as the people.
Oh, you yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So with Saddam, there's Saddam. So the
motherfuckers that agreed to take him out knew that.
Like, if you grow up in the Nickersons, so for example, okay, that's a rough environment, okay, right?
I'm listening. Yes, sir. I agree.
And however you have to navigate that environment to keep everything in check around there, some people may not always agree with your methods. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But because of that socioeconomic area right there, you're doing what you got to do to survive and keep that in check. You feel what I'm saying?
I got you.
That's what Saddam did for over there. But for us, we're just looking at all the bad shit that he was doing. But he was keeping a lot of other shit in check over there. You know what I'm saying? If he stays alive there, there wouldn't have been no ISIS and none of that extra shit. You see what I'm saying?
I get that.
Yeah. So who knows, bro? You know what I'm saying? Sometimes a lot of these decisions, bro, have a lot of consequences. Both sides. Both sides have very, very high consequences. Sometimes you gotta weigh the options and pick the lesser.
I just don't think that, this country is in no moral or any other aspect authority to make those decisions about other men in their countries or other women in their countries. Like, you know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, tend to your own.
Well, I feel like that too.
Just worry about your own household, bro. But, they got interest in other things and other people. So, I got one question for you. We always visit this on our platform, but I want to revisit it again.
Okay.
Again, fucking with all the shit that in the devil low frequency shit that this guy has done and has brought to our country, or pretty much our laps, nigga, our porch, our front door, nigga, nigga in the house, sitting at the table eating with us. He done brought all this negative shit. Again, how do you feel about people that voted for this guy?
I don't feel anything. I feel like I hope that you got what you wanted. I hope that you're sitting there saying, "Damn, maybe I did make a mistake." Which I know a lot of Trump supporters are saying that, and then fell off the bandwagon. But at the end of the day, this is what a democracy is, bro.
I gotta tell you, man. I gotta openly admit, I'll do it on this platform. I even told people this. I told people with my own mouth. I said, man, you gotta learn to let it go. Don't let voting for somebody separate you from your family, separate you from your morals, your code of ethics. You get what I'm saying? But I think I was a little wrong on that.
Yeah, it's because it hit close to home for you.
I think I was a little wrong. And I'll be the first to apologize and say that I was wrong. I was remiss, okay? Because, again, I've said this time and time again, I don't want to be aligned with anything that I don't fuck with. I don't want to be aligned with that energy. I don't want to fuck with it or be associated with it, right? I've said that time and time again on this platform. And what those people were able to see that I wasn't is that these people, by giving this guy their vote and their support, they're aligning themselves with him. Whether they think they're doing it or not, that's what they're doing. And they don't want to align themselves with that. You get what I'm saying?
Correct.
Now I get it, though. You know what I mean?
Because
I thought it was a very indirect thing, but it's not. It's a direct line.
And you got to remember, too, like that a lot of these people were lied to, and they fell for the banana in the tailpipe.
That's a fact.
Okay?
That's a fact.
He ran this whole campaign on the Epstein files. He probably had 100 million votes, just people saying he going to release the files.
Yeah.
Because it no longer became about politics. It's about
it's never been
whoever
with that
can
nigga.
talk the loudest and say the
With
most
him, it's never been
reckless
about
shit.
politics.
But this is what I'm
for sure.
saying, though. So you got people, man, and I'm not going to call them, but let's just say middle America, let's just say, for example, that believe whatever they see on TV, believe whatever they hear. Like, well, if he said it, it must be true. But all this misinformation and news is fake. The news is think about all the shit that's came from this. Okay, we had the term woke. That was a word that
now white folks that took that.
They done try to take it from us
and they're trying to put a negative connotation on it. Let's talk about that.
You don't even know what the word. You don't even know what this word really means.
I have a friend of mine. I'm not gonna blast him.
Blast him.
Okay.
Say his name.
This nigga, I'm not gonna say his.
No, we was calling out names earlier.
Listen,
We calling out names.
This go out to the homie Adrian. Him and people like him, when he see this, he gonna wild out. He gonna wild. Listen, bro. The word woke, you're trying to put a negative connotation. Sometimes he talks to me like, yeah, bro, because, like, he kind of like woke as fuck. And like, look at the guy. Like, you get what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, I don't really bother him about it, but I got to say this.
Because
that's a
it's
grown
for
man,
me,
he
it's
got his own
annoying.
opinion.
It's annoying for me.
Nigga, woke, you could put whatever connotation you want on that, but that was not derived from a negativity. That was from somebody who was eyes open, not blind.
Exactly.
He was conscious towards the situation. Woke means your third eye is open, your pineal gland. You understand what I'm saying? So
woke means a certain level of consciousness.
That's it, bro, that you're operating
and
under.
You guys try to take that word from us and our culture.
Right, yes.
Okay, and flip it, talking about, there's the woke. Shut the fuck up.
Right.
Seriously. And I don't even mean to be cussing, because my mama started watching the pod.
Did she?
Yeah, I told her not to.
Miss Bonnie Cooley, listen, my mouth is crazy. My mama know. I'm sorry, Mom.
Don't watch it.
Yeah,
hey, log off. But anyway, a lot of this shit is done. Me personally, though, listen, man, I'm gonna keep it real with you. Okay, we have the platform. We talk about these topics and these certain people's ideologies, but I disconnect from this nonsense, bro. Okay?
What do you mean when you say you disconnect?
I don't consume myself with a lot of this bullshit. That's how I keep myself free. Okay?
I do the same thing. But it gets a little difficult. Look, we are leaders in our own right. Mm-hmm. People in different groups and different walks of life, look to us for advice and leadership.
Absolutely.
Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Now, this may be a little ego involved in this, but I find it very hard that when somebody that depends on me, they know the information that I read and carry and practice and stuff like that. Somebody that depends on me when they ask me something and I'm not able to either answer the question or help them in any way as to where to find the correct answer, right? So where am I going with this? When you said I'll just disconnect myself from this stuff, I'll do that too. And then when somebody that I love dearly or I care about comes to me with worry in their eyes, trepidation in their voice, and confusion in their hearts, and they want answers, and they're looking to me for my guidance, leadership, and help, I have to be able to stand up on that and guide them properly. Without me knowing the truth about or the proper information, I can't do that. So I find myself indulging in this shit again to possibly, you see what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah, but I don't do this. We call that a transference of energy. So if somebody calls me, for example, and I get similar phone calls.
No, right? I don't take on their energy, but I want to help them out of theirs.
No, but what I'm saying is, so if someone calls me, right, with the same trepidation.
Right.
You know, they're feeling some kind of way about
Yeah.
it. But they're calling, that feeling is an energy. That feeling of trepidation is an energy.
Yes.
Okay? And they're uneasy. And,
Right.
and they have angst. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, but my job is, if I got the answer, to give it to them, but also to say, listen, at the end of the day, you see how you're feeling? Don't consume yourself with this, because you can't change
of
nothing
course,
anyway.
bro.
Okay,
But at some point in time, bro, you just can't sweep everything to the left.
Put your thoughts and time into something other than all this negativity.
Absolutely,
is what I'm saying.
absolutely,
Okay?
for sure.
And at some point in time, that's all it is. And you want to be in the know, you got to play both sides. You want to know what's going on.
And you got to know how to disconnect.
So you have
from
the
that
knowledge
shit.
so you know how to move with your family. Okay, and then you got to be able to get out of that, and not that might be your focus. Because wow, what is the real focus? I still got to get money. Okay, I still got to do all these etc.
The heat got to be on, the lights, the everything.
Everything. Don't nothing stop because of what Trump or anybody else is doing.
Yeah.
Okay, but when you stop your life and you're focusing on all this negativity, that now becomes my reality, which I can't have that. So I try to tell people, disconnect, man, from the nonsense. If it becomes too much, it is too much.
Learn how to do that.
Yeah,
for sure.
you know, disconnect, step away, and put the energy in something else that's more positive.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
And
with that.
you know what? Go out there, and they've been protesting all over the world. I know all over the country for sure.
Yeah.
Get out there and exercise your right to do that.
But
and
if
get involved.
They just want to understand better what it is that's happening before they make a decision like that. I get that, but I just find myself indulging more in this stuff because people they come to me with a lot of questions.
Man, the rabbit hole gets deep, bro.
It really does, and like something, I gotta, me, I'm big on protecting that peace, brother.
Yeah,
that's all I'm about.
My peace is first and foremost.
That's it, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, listen, now that we've got through all of the negativity and bad shit, let's just lighten it up a little bit.
Okay.
How has your 2026 been, and what is the outlook in the future for you right now? Where you at in your life right now? Talk to us, AJD. Let us in a little bit. Pause.
So look, 2026 is good looking.
Why is that? What's the plan?
I don't want to get into all that.
What's the plan, Jizzle?
I mean, I got plans, but that's personal, right? I don't want to talk about my plans until it happens.
My man.
But when it does happen, I'll report it here first.
Right.
How about that? But just know that everything is coming into fruition as it should. It's gonna be a big year for your boy.
It really is.
Okay?
And
I'm talking about listening. Ain't nobody gonna be more happier for me than my guy
listen.
sitting right here.
I know that's kind of why I wanted to do this. I know what's on the horizon. You know what I mean?
We're gonna keep it
huge for
copacetic.
both of us, man. We play our cards pretty close to chest. We not those type of people. We 2 feet on the ground,
Absolutely.
men about our families and stuff like that. We do love to have a good time, but when I tell you we work hard to get after it. Shit.
Yeah.
And when it come back, boy, listen.
Come back tenfold.
Don't we know? Don't our group of niggas know, homie? It's up when we get it.
So yeah, but I'm excited about this year, honestly.
Good.
You know,
Very
2020,
good, brother.
2025 was it was tough for a lot of reasons. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Some deaths that were pretty tough.
Absolutely.
You know, economically in certain times, but I tell people all the time, man, life is just hard anyway.
That's it, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it. Look.
And so you gotta be able
Let
to.
me give y'all some game, bro.
You gotta be able to ride the wave, man, up or down, bro, and stay focused at it, and have your stick-to-itiveness to stay on track, and continuously every single day knock something off that board that you're trying to get to, and eventually that goal gonna be manifested.
Let me give you some game. One of my mentors gave me. I had a mentor for 2 years of my life. It changed the trajectory of my life. I suggest somebody, if you can, go out and get you somebody you trust like that, that's been through it and help you, guide you. But he said, listen, bro, it's not about the ifs of life. It's about the wins.
Mm-hmm.
Not the W-I-N-S, the W-H-E-N-S.
Mm-hmm.
It's not if some shit gonna happen. It's when. Okay, why? Because shit happens.
Absolutely.
Okay, your job is to be able to navigate the shit.
Mm-hmm.
Be above the shit. Okay, see it coming. Dodge the shit. Like, you know what I mean? So I think that 2025 really, really, really taught me that. You get what I'm saying?
The wins?
Yes, because shit was happening,
Yeah.
brother. You know what I mean? And being able to be kind of ahead of some of this stuff, see some of it for what it is, dodge some of it, go through some of it, circumvent. You see what I'm saying? It allowed me to just do that. 2025 was all about that for sure. And it's definitely setting the table for this year to make manifest of shit that's finna be through the roof.
Right.
Okay? I'll tell you what I ain't feeling, and we got to just be transparent about this. It's cold as a motherfucker out here.
That's
in
a
LA.
fact. It's cold right now.
Right, it's cold in here.
Right.
Okay? Hard for me to continue to just be positive out here.
You know, I don't deal with the cold at all.
Right. How you been navigating this?
Hey, minute by minute.
Listen,
Day
you got
by
hair
day.
now, so it ain't too. Listen, before that boy used to have to throw that motherfucking beanie on
quick.
nigga.
I still throw. I had it on a couple of days ago, and you know, out here, you know, in the valley, it's windy.
Yeah.
This wind's been it's been ridiculous. Okay, ridiculous. You know what? Real quick, shout out to my cousin Star. Her daughter had a baby shower in the Bay Area yesterday.
Yeah.
I left in the morning to go up there. They had the 5 shut down.
Really?
On the grapevine because the wind was knocking trucks over.
knocking trucks down.
So I couldn't even go out there and see the fan. But Star, I'm gonna get out there. Angelique, I love all of y'all. And De'Ara, congrats to the baby.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
But
hey, listen, I drove through that before in a big ass truck. I had a big ass U-Haul.
Yeah, bro.
Driving
That wind was coming through there,
Nigga
and
through the
slapping
grapevine,
everything. Yeah,
over
bro.
the hill and down.
Yeah,
Jizzle.
yeah, bro.
Yeah,
So that killed that for yesterday. But anyway,
yeah.
other than that though, man, yeah, 2025 for me. If you ever seen somebody build a house, okay, they put a lot of that stuff on the ground.
Yeah.
Electrical and all that stuff, but they gotta lay that foundation down. That's what 2025 was
And
for
that's
me.
how you build the house,
That
baby.
foundation is
Okay?
laid.
Because once
And
that
shit's-
foundation is laid,
hey,
that's it.
And that shit's solid.
Okay? A tree will have millions and millions and millions and different leaves and branches over its life, but it's only got a finite number of roots. Okay? It's only a finite few things. That's the foundation. Okay? You got to check out how your foundation is laid, and that's how your house will be built.
Hey, and let me say this too, real quick. So I had what I got going on. I needed a letter of recommendation. Locke wrote me one. Listen, cold. Okay, I should post the shit. Okay, and
Come
I know
on, man.
I had 3 letters of recommendation. Okay, I know for a fact Locks is what got me over the hump. I promise you. And I'm not even dissing my other 2 homies. But listen,
this
hey,
is my nigga, bro.
Hey,
You get what I'm saying?
I read it and was like,
I love this nigga. Pause.
Yo.
I love this man.
yeah,
you know
so
what I'm
we
saying?
just, hey, step
I've
by
known this
step,
nigga
man.
since I was 19 years old. I'm
brick
43.
by brick. You feel me? What I'm saying? Brick by brick.
That's
brother.
it, man. Listen, I know y'all look at this pod and we laugh and we joke. This is really my nigga. Outside, listen, we just decided to put cameras in front of these conversations. Again, we've been having these things for 20
years,
plus
yeah.
years.
Facts.
Like, do you understand what I'm saying? We decided to make it something. And when we really get some bread, when we really got the
Yeah.
bread to put up,
Yeah.
we're really going to do the reality shit. We're going to have this shit follow us to really show you what's really popping out here, how we really got it cracking, how the Vibe Junkies is really moving. But listen, man, I'm proud of, let me get this man his flowers. I'm proud of the step. I watched this nigga go through the mud, bro.
Get
I
out the
watched
mud.
AJ go out, and this is, I'm talking about within the last decade. I watched shit that I know, that I've seen personally, take niggas out the game.
for good.
For good, nigga. I watched it, okay? I watched this nigga go through this shit, and I'm telling you, unless you knew the man, you would never know. That's a gift that nigga got, bro. I told AJ, I'm more stressed out about what you going through than you seem to be, nigga. And he think that's funny.
You know what I'll never forget? We had the show with me and Elle in Hollywood.
Yes.
The next day, all that shit happened.
Oh, nigga, you talking about when I had at the W at the little TV
Exactly.
show I had to do. Yeah.
So the next day, all that shit had went down.
Yes.
So boom, I come home. I call you. Hey, ain't nothing gonna happen to me,
Nigga, I was listen, bro. I remember the amount of phone calls I was getting.
Oh my god.
And niggas like damn near crying. I was like, yo, bro, we can't cry. We gotta get my nigga, where he need to be. But I felt them niggas.
Hey, but you heard Ryan? They cut the head of the
oh,
snake.
nigga, they cut the head off the snake, nigga. It's over. We done. Lock.
But you know what?
I said, Ryan, we ain't done, my nigga. We
Hey.
can't. I said, we ain't gonna let him go out like that, nigga. No,
Something
we
you
still
told me-
full operation.
Something you told me back then, I always stuck with me, and you was like, AJ, I done seen you go through it all.
Nigga.
And you said, but you know what? You ain't never hid.
Nigga, that nigga was still out and about. Now look, during that time, it was a real weird time because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember, like, I had to drive you around.
A couple
Look,
times,
look. A little transparency on that. They was trying to seize a lot of the nigga's shit, so they took his cars and shit.
They did seize everything.
Yeah, so he had to get around and shit.
Robbie.
We had moves to make.
Flatbeds in front of the house. Everything on the flatbed.
It was bad, bro. We had moves to make. So nigga, I'm his nigga. Well, I got it. You know what I'm saying? I scooped him. And those conversations that we were having during that time, bro. Lord have mercy. That was like, we was tight, but that shit right there, bro, because it's some real life shit could have happened to a lot of us during that. You know what I'm saying? And anyway, my nigga, look at him. Yeah. Hey, he crawled through 500 yards and shit and came out
clean on the other side.
Clean on the other side, my nigga.
That's crazy because that actually is one of my TRQs for you.
Okay, anyway. All right. Listen, speaking of which, TRQ. We have reached that portion of the show, ladies and gentlemen. Time flies when you're having fun. I know you can't believe it's been a goddamn hour already on the dot. And guess what? This is 10 random questions. 5 from myself, 5 from AJD, the fan favorite. The other one has no question, no clue what the other one's going to ask him. And, we fire off, we go from there, and that's that.
Yeah, man.
My man AJD got his phone out. He seems pretty eager.
Submitting some questions. You know what I'm saying? And here's what I want to do. I want to do this too. If we can get enough of you guys to submit some questions, what'll happen is
we'll ask those to each other.
No, we'll just write them on a card lock, and we'll just answer both of them.
Yeah. Hey, listen. Tell them. Do that. Tell them right now.
That's what I'm saying. So if you guys have your own questions, okay, you can submit those on our Instagram. Mine or his or the Trust Pod Instagram or TikTok, whatever y'all platform is. We'll print enough of those up, put them on some index cards, and then we'll read them out here live, and we'll both answer the questions as they come.
Bingo! I love that. That will be great because they gonna come in hot with those niggas.
Once I begin that, when they hit me for you, like I'd be like, damn, it's like that.
Right?
Okay.
They want to know all that shit.
They be coming on the guillotine.
I'm all for it, man. They think they can get me, AJD.
Okay, so look, I'm gonna start with this one since this is because I kind of transitioned into that. You feel what I'm saying? What is your favorite line from any movie?
You know what I've been saying lately?
What?
I got a bunch of them.
What's your favorite?
My favorite one lately that's been hitting me in the heart, giving me goosebumps.
What?
When Jack Nicholson said in that fucking Batman movie, the joke, "Wait till they get a load of me." Listen, I got this shit made my look, Jizzle. I got goosebumps right now. You get what I'm saying? I was talking to my mama the other day. I forgot
about that one too. Yeah.
Listen, I was talking to my mama about something like that the other day, and she was just saying like, just giving me praise about all the stuff I got. I don't talk about it, but just all the stuff I got going. I got a bunch of sticks in the fire, and she was just giving me my flowers. Son, I'm proud of you or whatever. And I'm like, I just told her, we ain't shit. This ain't that. Like, don't start counting yet. Okay, I said, wait till they get a load of me. Wait till this shit. Yeah, so that's really been hitting with me lately. That's a good question.
I like that.
Yeah,
I like that quote too.
When that nigga said that, Jizzle.
You know what mine is?
What's up?
I'll be a huckleberry.
Yeah. That one. That's your.
I gave me, nigga. Who wanted? Okay, if you ever seen Tombstone,
right? That's nigga. I'll be your huckleberry, nigga. Right.
So,
that shit is shit. Where did they get a load of me?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, yes, sir. Number 1, how would you describe me to somebody who never met me?
I would say he's very disciplined. Okay.
If somebody never met me, and they said, "Tell me about your homie life,"
I'm gonna say he's a real nigga, okay, and very knowledgeable about certain things, the things that he's into. Very knowledgeable about the shit that he's into. Lifestyle, working out, dieting, okay. But you're not gonna find nobody more disciplined, okay, than this nigga. Period. Okay. When I tell you no shortcut.
Nah, bro.
Okay? That's locked.
Yeah.
Discipline with a capital E at the end of discipline. Okay? Just so you know this shit is real.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yes, sir. My man.
But that's good, though.
Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Okay. What's the most thoughtful thing you've ever done for another person?
Thoughtful. The most thoughtful thing. I've traveled. This is something I completely did not want to do. Everybody that knows me knows that I don't mind traveling, but I don't have to. I love living in, like, I'm at the crib, nigga. I love doing my own thing, doing my own whatever. But I've taken 2 airplanes and traveled somewhere that I really didn't care to go. to meet people I didn't care to meet, and on my own dime. It was completely selfless. It was completely this, that, and the other. It's not that I didn't care to meet these people. It's just that I think I had already met them, but I didn't see the big deal about going, but I did all of that. Like, I think that was thoughtful of me because I knew I knew how that was gonna make this person feel. You get what I'm saying? And I ended up having a great time. Ironically, I had a great time, But I think that initially,
you was like, "What's up,
man? Like, damn, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?" And I was, despite begrudgingly, I did it.
I had a great time.
And I thought, and I knew something in the back of my mind was like, bro, just do it. Like, stop making it about you. Just do it.
Got you.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. Number 2. What do you think is the most misunderstood thing about you, AJ? I know what I think it is. What do you think?
I know what it is, actually.
Yeah.
People think that my life is all glamour and glitz, bro. I really do. They think that there ain't no hard work.
Is it because that you portray that?
I mean, maybe at times. But, I mean, that's no different from any celebrity. And I'm not even a celebrity. So a celebrity portrays their life as all glamour and glitz. But you got to have confidence and say, okay, their life, it ain't like this 24/7, bro.
And you think that's the most misunderstood thing about you?
I think they think that my life is all glamour and glitz. They think people think I can't be serious.
Okay, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
They think you're just a 24-hour jokester.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, that's what this nigga wants you to see.
But I mean, I am a jokester
no,
too.
You are, Jizzle. You are going to find the levity in anything.
But I'm going to also, when I need to tighten it up,
but listen,
tighten it up.
That nigga also is a torchlight. That nigga will get it. Hey, what's that nigga on Pulp Fiction? The Wolf?
Yeah.
When he showed up, nigga, that's this nigga, okay?
Yeah. And
he will get right. That nigga will get to net right.
You gotta be able to get in and get out, too.
That's it. That's a fact. So, yeah.
So, yeah, that,
Good question. I mean, good answer.
Yeah. What are you looking for in a relationship?
Jizzle, goddamn, you thinking of the same way to ask the same million questions?
I'm trying to. I got to nail you to the car. I'm trying to
figure it out, bro. They could play an episode like 5 episodes ago. I answered this.
You find a way to you've been good with words lately on this pod. This pod's helped your vernacular a lot,
man, bro.
I'm just trying to figure out what it is that you're looking for, so we can see if we can find you somebody.
Goodness gracious, I'm looking for a woman that I find attractive, that has all of the righteous qualities that I like, the virtuous qualities that I like in a woman. I want to see how she treats her family, how her family treats her. I want to be physically attracted to her. I want to see her level of consciousness, what she was able to acquire on her own. I want to know what she feels like her future is going to be. I want to know, can she be disciplined like me? Not like me, but like in her own right.
Is that a turn off if she's not disciplined?
As I'm getting older, it is. I used to say, I don't care. She can do what she want to do. But as I'm getting older and understanding what relationships are and like how viable you want them to be, it's going to have to be a component. You're going to have to show some sort of discipline towards your own life, your own eating habits, your own self-care, your own consciousness. Yes, those are all of the things. That's the type of woman I'm looking for in a relationship. Okay? Somebody fun, somebody outgoing but can be serious, somebody that can work hard but don't got to just, work all the time. Somebody that, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
I don't know if that person exists.
Family oriented. Yes, there's a bunch of them that, come on, my nigga, you tripping.
Hey, I was just bullshit, man. You know,
somebody that I can take guidance from, somebody that can take guidance from me. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I ain't going to be able to drive the car all the time. Can you take the wheel for these 2 hours? Metaphorically and literally. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, bro, like, that's what I'm looking for. Confidence. Okay? Don't always need my affirmation, but would like it. Those sorts of things. For the millionth time on this fucking platform, this nigga keep asking me.
Do you find that that's hard to, are those things hard to find out there in the dating world?
They're hard to find in the type of people that make themselves available. Those people are there. They're just not on the forefront. You got to dig for them. You know?
I like that answer. I like the detail in that.
Jesus.
I just keeping it real. Sometimes
listen,
I be wanting to know.
This one is crazy, Jizzle. I conjured this one up crazy. You might dodge this one.
Okay.
And I don't blame you. Listen, How much money would it take for you to leave the woman that you with forever and never fuck with her or see her again?
How much money would it take? Damn.
Listen, this nigga said on this platform, I asked him, love or money? That nigga, without a doubt, I didn't even finish the question. That nigga said money. This is the other component to that question. He said money over love. So how much money would it take for leave the motherfucker you love?
I mean, there's definitely a price.
Then we want to, Robbie.
Okay?
Robbie, the nigga said it's definitely. We want to know the price. We want to know.
What? This is like the shit you see on Instagram. Be like, $1 billion.
$5 of them, yeah,
or
yeah,
your
right.
mama go to jail for 6 months. Yeah, give me that $1 billion. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, it's like, if somebody be like, hey, $1 billion, be like, nigga, yeah, I'm taking that. Like, the fuck? 100 million? Yeah, I need that. Like,
Well, listen,
but
I'm asking.
here's the thing, okay? I'm going to be serious, okay? Is that when you find true love, it's priceless. Okay? You can't
Now the
put a price
nigga's
on
preaching
that.
a sermon.
Okay? I'm
You
just
the
being
nigga
real.
that sat here and said,
You asked me if I would choose if I would choose love or money. I'm choosing money. Okay? But that don't mean that love is not priceless.
okay,
It is.
brother.
Love is priceless.
We want to listen. You can doctor it up. We waiting on the answer
Okay.
to the question.
100 million.
100 million.
That's my answer.
That's it. That's it. He
That's a
answered
lot.
it.
Yeah,
Okay, my
okay.
man. He answered it.
Okay. How would you define cheating? Okay, and based on your answer, I have a follow-up question. To this.
That's what's on the last episode.
I said, why do you think people cheat?
How would I define it?
How do you define cheating? Damn, this nigga's too turned up for me right now.
No, I'm saying here we
How
go
do you
with that
define
again.
cheating? And I got a follow-up to this.
I think that everybody, that's a good question because everybody feels like there's different levels of cheating.
Correct.
How I would define it is this: if I'm indulging in something, right, and it's unbeknownst to the person that I'm with, but it's for negative purposes for sure. Like if I know,
okay, yeah.
let's say for instance, if I'm just not getting no attention from my wife at home,
Okay.
right? I'm getting no attention. I'm getting nothing, no affection, no love. She don't cook. She don't even speak to me when I come home, and I start cheating. I don't really feel like there's somewhat of a negative connotation. I'm not like fuck this bitch. I'm gonna do what I want to do I'm just looking for something I'm not getting.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Now, if I'm getting all of that stuff, everything's perfect, and I'm still just all out for self still. You get what I'm saying? That's
Okay, so the question is, how do you define
I got
cheating?
it. I got it. So what I'm saying is like cheating is really just doing the negative shit. Like everything is perfect for you, and you still look, cheating is cheating, but everything is perfect for you, and you still trying to amass more.
So you think so? If everything is not perfect and you're cheating, that's not cheating.
No, it is cheating, but you're trying to fill a hole that's not there. You get what I'm saying?
So
but if you got all the holes filled, it's gluttonous. It's cheating.
I'm not saying why are you cheating. I'm saying what's the definition of it? How do you define it? So let me break this down to you now. Okay, so your wife's at home and you got everything. There's no lack of anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so would you define cheating as flirting with your coworker?
No way.
Okay.
No
So
way.
yeah, so flirting is not cheating. Okay.
No.
Now, what if you texting abroad?
I'm gonna say no, and if I caught my girl texting a nigga, I'm not gonna say that she's cheating. That's
Okay.
not cheating for me.
Okay. So now, what if the convo is in the text or like, yo, it's popping, you was looking good, I need to come do X, Y, Z, blah, 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 whatever.
If she's agreeable to that, now
But it's just talking,
Hold
though.
on. If she's agreeable to what the man is saying, now we're flirting with the lines of cheating.
Okay, so that's
Because
still
now
not
you're
cheating.
planning on being physical with the person.
Okay.
If he's alluding to that and you're agreeable to it, you get what I'm saying? Now we're flirting with the lines. You're not physically in the act of, but now you're indulging
So
your
is
time,
cheating
effort.
only a physical act?
No.
Okay, so what part of not physicality would be defined as cheating?
Shit, if she starts to fall in love with the nigga and like his words and writing them letters and I miss, she ain't got to be fucking the nigga to feel all that stuff. You know what I mean? You have lost your woman, brother, and she is gone, and therefore she is cheating emotion. What? But
you know that when women cheat,
it's not all. Listen again. Listen. People have their own reasons for doing what they do. It's not always bad. I want to make that clear.
No, for sure. Oh, that's why you're saying what
saying?
happened with the negative shit.
Yeah.
It's just funny because when men and women cheat, the reactions are totally different.
Yeah.
You know, when a woman cheats, you know what the guy asked her?
What did your man do? He
asked.
You talking about if he come back to her dude?
He gonna say, "Did you sleep with him?"
Right.
But if the woman finds out the man cheated, she says, "Do you love her?"
Yeah, but listen, I'm kind of moving over to listen. If you fucked him for sure, I'm done. Okay. But I'm also done, nigga. If you love this nigga, bro, like, damn, you feel about that nigga how you feel about me, babe? Like, fuck. That's hard, AJ. Nah, that's rough for your boy.
It is hard.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
All right, Jizzle. Who is the last person that lost your respect and how? We naming names. You don't gotta say last names, but we naming names, nigga.
Like somebody I know or just anybody?
Just somebody, somebody you know that lost your. I mean, if you can't think of somebody you know, I suppose you can dodge the question by going to some celebrity.
I'm thinking of somebody I know first.
Somebody that really lost your respect, bro. And how did that happen?
I don't think I have anybody I know that I've done that with.
Really?
Yeah. And if I did, I don't even talk to them. It's been so long ago. It's like it's a memory. Yeah. But what is on my brain though, and the people that I have lost respect for, are people who, and I'm not even gonna say Trumpers or MAGA, even though that I'm grouping them all together in this little soliloquy I'm about to spill. People that I've lost respect for are people that choose not to see what's right in front of their face. They're so caught up politically on being right or left or whatever that you don't even have common sense anymore.
Good point.
And those are the people that I have lost all respect for.
Good point, AJD.
Okay.
Good point.
And
Great point.
that's a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's gotten to the point where you just want to be right about something that you ain't even trying to see what's right here in front of your face anymore.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what people are doing out here these days, for sure.
Okay, Locke, last question.
Last question.
Okay. And this might be a little off track, but I've been in my alien wormhole for the last 2 weeks. If there's a documentary out called The Age of Disclosure on Prime, and if you have not seen that, okay, go and watch it immediately. Okay? The Age of Disclosure. Watch it if you're into the aliens. Okay? I'm into the aliens. Locke.
Yes, sir.
Okay? 1, do you believe in aliens? Okay? And part 2 to this question is, if you've ever seen an alien, what would your thought process be?
All right. So 1, do I believe in aliens? So that's basically life outside of Earth, what we consider Earth.
I'm talking about like what we're seeing with all the new information that's coming out, and they're more disclosed. You know, the government saying that there's people out here flying saucers, etc.
Yes.
I'm talking about these types of
believe
aliens,
that.
like
Yes, 100%.
Okay.
I do believe in that. Yep. And if I ever came across
if you ever came across one, what would be your initial? Because I'm gonna say this,
man,
because
I think it would just depend on how
Verge act like you're not gonna be scared of them.
Yeah, nah.
And I'm gonna be scared. I'm just saying.
No, I don't like Jizzle. I think that it depends on how they make themselves known to me, my level of fear. Does that make
well? Let's say
I'm driving on a dark road.
Breaking news right now, Locke, and it's a UFO over the White House.
I'm not afraid.
Okay.
But if I'm driving on the road, so let's say I'm going to Vegas. It's dark at night, nigga, and I see the niggas, and I gotta slam on my brake because a fucking alien. Yeah, nigga, I'm like, what the fuck, like, But if I see the flying, like, the what they refer to as the wheels and stuff like that, no, I'm not afraid.
There was an interview of a guy who was a president. I should have got this information. I wasn't gonna get too alien deep on this, but there's a podcast. There's a guy who was a president of a country. Some country, some small country like in Eastern Europe over there somewhere, Kazakhstan or something like that, one of them. But anyway, he's telling a story about when he came and got abducted by aliens. Okay, He doesn't use the word abducted. He uses the word invited. Okay?
Right.
I'm not going to be too long-winded about this. He says, I'm on the ship. They got TVs everywhere on the ship watching this everything. He asked the guy, yo, so y'all can see everything all the time? He's like, yeah. He goes, why don't you make yourself known to us then? Alien tells him humanity couldn't handle it.
No.
Okay? He goes, no, we can handle it. He said the alien told him this. He said, you guys have evolved to the point pretty much where you guys have just basically taken raw meat and cooked it.
Yeah,
that's
like
the end of y'all evolution.
you're done.
Yeah, like y'all haven't even done nothing yet. This is basically as far as y'all evolved so far. Cold.
Yeah. Listen, you should listen to the minister's experience about that.
He has one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
That's how I feel about the aliens and shit like that.
I'm with you on that.
Maybe I asked you this before, and but I am gonna ask you. How do you think that you will be as a female version of you?
Knowing what I know now?
Just period. How do you think you'll be?
Popping ridiculous.
Give it to the world. Give it to them. Tell them how you.
Listen, females have a unique, innate gift, okay?
That's a bunch of them.
Some of them know how to use this gift.
A bunch of them.
Okay? And some of them don't. But the fact that you can be a female, and I don't even mean this in no disrespectful way at all, okay? But the fact that you could have really no talent or nothing, okay, and just happen to get with the right nigga, and now you're booming, that says a lot about your talent.
But she got to beat a lot of people out for that.
But that says a lot about her.
It's way more of them than it is us.
That says a lot about her innate gifts and tools to be able to do that and utilize that, okay? Now, if that's me, that's how I'm going to be. That's what I'm saying. If I'm
You're using your physical attributes to get what it is you want in life.
And and be able to live a life that I want to live. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at Kim Kardashian, who people hate on. I respect her, though. Billionaire, self-made, had to climb a couple ladders and position herself the right way. And then, boom, got an empire, family, done, everybody, you know? And so, yeah.
All right. Well, listen. There it is. AJD as a female.
I'll probably be in the WNBA too, though. I got to add that.
Killing them. That's real shit.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's been another week and another full 80 minutes of truth, righteousness, spirituality. No, truth, righteousness, understanding, spirituality, and timing. We are the Vibe Junkies. I go by the name of Linwood Locke, Lock West Monster, a.k.a. Linwood's poster child. The man to my right that's on the phone is too busy to exit on y'all.
My bad. Listen, bro, you know what it is. It's your boy AJD, _mayor on the gram. I thought Locke was going to be a little long-winded on his exit. You know what I'm saying?
Like, share, subscribe, comment, please. Listen, we are very pleased with the shares and the TikToks and the comments. Yeah. Please continue to do that. If you love the Trust Pod and you want to see us, continue, then your participation in what we do is vital.
Yeah,
we do it for you.
We're doing it from the ground up, man. Grassroots,
organically. That was my man. That was my man AJD's plan from the beginning. But listen, we appreciate you. We're signing off. Salute. Gang.
Holla.
Talking my shit, watching my time, smelling like success, feeling my vibe. All I hear is me, my competition's in the mirror, and the haters' love is all I have.